are famously passionate about after-school programs. You have the After-School All-Star Program. One of your youth is here. Sitlali has a question.
Ever since I was in elementary school, I've always relied on after-school programs. My parents were always working late, and then when my father died when I was in the 3rd grade, I began living in a single-parent home. My mother could no longer afford to pay for after-school care in elementary school, but luckily in middle school I found After-School All-Star, which is free. And now that I'm in high school, I no longer have an after-school program. And I have to take the school bus, the public bus, and walk home every day from school. In light of these budget cuts, how can we ensure funding for after-school programs, not only in elementary and middle schools, but in high schools as well? And what can everyone do to help?
And you know, but even before you, first of all, give her a round of applause. That's you know, we got young people like this all over the country who are benefiting. And thank you for your work and for your commitment. But, you know, a lot of Republicans would say, hey, listen, you know, helping a kid like that, that's some pork barrel stuff. So, answering her question, to keep that in mind, you got a lot of people in your party who say, it's just pork barrel.
Well, first of all, let me just say, I think that it is really wonderful to have you stand up here and ask a question in front of all of those people and millions of people that watch this show. So congratulations. Let's give her a big hand for that. You did a great job. Now, it's a very good question because, as you know, California is the only state that is really way ahead of every other state when it comes to after-school programs. What we did was we passed an initiative in California, Proposition 49, the After School Education and Safety Act, that I, partially sponsored and drove all the way until it won. And that gave us $550 million of after-school money. And so now this is why every elementary school and middle school in California has after-school programs. But we didn't get enough money to also include high schools. So this is where the problem comes in, that what you're talking about here. And so I think that we have to go back another time and ask the people maybe for another few $100 million a year, and we will do that, to go back again to the people and to say, because when we tested it, when we originally did it, when it went to $1 billion, people were not for it. But when we kept it below $500 million, it was $428 million exactly in the beginning, and now it rose up to around $550 million. So we just have to get back and get more money. And the key thing is to keep the federal money, because this $1.2 billion is extremely important, and this is why I promised the kids today that this is not unanswered. Yeah. We're going to be in Washington.
He'll be back.
We're going to lobby in Washington, and we're going to bring Democrats and Republicans together, because this is not a party issue. This is a people's issue. This is the important thing. We got to see this as a people's issue.